This is the exact process for signing whale clients. Step by step, I'm gonna walk through absolutely everything and the way that you can go about this, okay? Cool. So, who is this best for? You run a B2B business and you want a 6-to-1 LTGP to CAC. So if you want to be able to increase your lifetime gross profit, this is perfect for you. Next thing is if your current outbound methods aren't signing you huge deals. So even if you have a 6-to-1 LTGP to CAC, which is great, you still want to be able to sign the biggest people in the space. This is perfect for you, okay? Cool. First and foremost, why on earth should you listen to me? Because I need to be able to back up my claims. Why would you even want to listen to me? So I was able to I was able to scale my previous agency to around 30 to 40K a month utilizing these tactics. And now I have an offer all around creating my outreach for people. And I routinely create the best outreach ever. That's just a fact. Like I literally create the best outreach on planet Earth. I've done it multiple times. And there's actually a deck below with all my social proof. And here's a client of ours going crazy about our outreach. Cool. So this is why you need to start. This is why you need to start signing whale clients only. Okay. First, I need to get this into your brain. So one whale changes your entire business. 50 good clients don't. So this is what I call the volume trap. Dozens of small clients, high fulfillment cost, marginal costs increase with each increasing client. And before you know it, your margins are just being squeezed because there's more complexity. You're taking on more overhead. And you're having, frankly, less impressive talent because you're bloated. You have all these clients that you need to fulfill for. Instead, the whale model is where you have a handful of whales at a much higher price, and you can have tons of whales at a much higher price, but there's lower fulfillment costs per dollar of revenue because there's less complexity. There's less operational drag, and you're just able to get them far better results. So these are 6 things you actually get from one whale. It's not even 6, there's 4, excuse me. Huge LTV, brand gravity, network effect, case study value, and these are just some of the examples. And here's my favorite example. So Cole Gordon explained in detail that he didn't go up market. So his competitors had his competitors had 300 clients and made $100 million per year, and he had 800 clients and he made $30 million per year. So he's lost $70 million by not going up market. So we all have to go up market. And it doesn't kill you at first, it kills you as you scale and you become too bloated. So now he has to strip this down, have way less clients and make more money. Awesome. So step 1, pick the right whale. A real whale has to meet these 4 criteria: huge LTV, high authority, case study fit, and a very strong peer network. They just need to be someone that is a market leader, frankly. Like you could literally put this all and just say market leader, because a market leader should have all of this, and if it doesn't, your market's absolutely terrible. So yeah, the next one is step 2. So find the angle nobody else would take. So what that means is that you actually want people that are very, very difficult to reach, or you want people that are absolutely massive, the unreachable people. Because if they have senior buyers and gatekeepers, and they're very, very senior and things are niche and people are doing the same shit, when you do something different, it's going to be a stark contrast and it's going to be polarizing and it's going to stop them in their tracks, okay? And the way to go about this is research. So research is what makes your outreach undeniable. So if you can understand their business, their company, their role, their age, the things that's going on with them, and then you compare that with personal and then signals as well, you can create a very, very compelling outreach, okay? Awesome. So your angle has to be something competitors would not even consider. So generic outreach is the same, hitting them with an offer, and offers are great, but offer, or we've done this for other person, or case study, you don't do any of that. You want to go the opposite route, and that is by being creative, doing something different, doing something new, doing something that stops them in their tracks. That's the game that you have to play. And here's an example of me creating a video for someone, and this is very, very, very key. Step 3, build the asset, pick the right format. So we have 4 tactics, at least 4 tactics that we share with the internet, where, how do I phrase this? 4 tactics, that we utilize that's able to like penetrate through the market. And these are the 4. So the first one that I've spoken about ad nauseum and I've used a ton is Superlooms. So this is a Netflix level cinematic video made for one prospect, okay? Now, the pros of this is that it cuts through the noise very, very easily, because who the hell's receiving a Netflix level movie for an outreach? No one. Alternatively, The cons are is that it's very, very difficult to do. You need to have good cinematography skills, you need to have good copywriting, you need to have good video editing, and you also need to be able to just make it fun, compelling, and interesting, okay? Then there's physical goods. And then physical goods is where you send an actual product to them, something actual, tangible, something real, not ethereal, and you send it to their office, okay? So you can see here, people sent mats. That's a great way to go about it. Or you can do a highly detailed strategy doc. I've done this hundreds of times and it's booked me hundreds of calls. And this is one of my faves. And this is very easy to do. Pros and cons of this. The pros are AI can do it. Cons are that it doesn't always get attention, doesn't always cut through the noise. And then fun stunts, which personally I've never done. And the pros are that you can literally book a meeting with anybody on earth. Elon Musk will take your meeting. Cons are it's super, super hard to do, and health and safety. Awesome. So the more aggressive, the better. So I even did it here. So high detail strategy docs, the cheapest to do, but has the lowest booked meeting rate. Super looms, second cheapest to do, depending on how crazy you go, but requires high editing, copywriting, and cinematography skills, but has a very high booked meeting rate. Physical goods can be very cheap. It does depend, but it's not beginner friendly. Like, you need to know what you're doing in order to make this work. But it has a very, very super high booked meeting rate. And then insane stunts, probably don't do this. You can book a meeting with anyone else, but you probably don't need to do insane stunts. I've literally never done it myself, but I've seen people do it, which is why I want to talk about it. But you can utilize the other three tactics at length and have tons of success. The other three I've utilized: booked calls, closed people. I've literally used all three and closed people immediately, okay? But I think the key way to look at it is that the cost increases, the demand increases. Now, obviously, there are exceptions to every law, but the more that you spend and the more creative and more ridiculous it is, the more the demand will increase and the easier it will be to close prospects. So when in doubt, just start low. So here's a copy of my YouTube package. If enough of you guys say, send us this doc, then I'll link it in the description. And there's an example of a YouTube package that I've made. So then step 4 is preparing to send. So you've got to build your outbound to be sent to everyone in the team. This is not a joke. We are working toward having it to be sent to all of the team members. I actually go above and beyond. I want them to send it to their wives. I want them to send it to their partners. I want them to send them to their friends. I want them to send them to their grandma. That's the level that I want to play at, because then the team becomes easy. Let's overcook it, okay? Let's put the oven up to 800 degrees Celsius, and then we're definitely going to burn the chicken, okay? I'd much rather that. So the key thing is, whales rarely decide on their own. There's normally colleagues and partners and people that have to be a part of the conversation. Number 2, a weak asset gets dismissed in the thread, okay? You don't want an asset that isn't going to be shareable and people aren't going to take notice to it, okay? Number 3, a strong asset gets shared with excitement. You want people to be like, wow, show this, oh my gosh, this is crazy. I've sent people Superloom's assets and then I've had all of them add me on LinkedIn. That's what you're looking to do. You're looking to have people be like, I saw this is so incredible, etc. Then build it so the recipient wants to show their team. You want people to feel compelled to show it to people. If somebody is doing something incredible on the internet, you're going to share it with your friends. That's how virality works. You want to create an outreach that has that virality aspect to it. If it's a super video, you create a super video. If it's a physical good, make the good so cool. If it's a strategy doc, maybe the virality isn't there, but you get the idea. If it's an in-person stunt, that's inbuilt. Cool. And channel choice is a part of the strategy. So you can do omni-channel one by one, okay? So you can do email, LinkedIn, in-person, or a combination, but you have to exhaust that channel, okay? So just send all the emails at first. So send 15 emails over the course of 2 months. Then you do LinkedIn, 5 LinkedIn DMs over the course of 1 month. Then you send mail to them over the course of 1 month. Then you do a combination of all those things on month 4, for example. But you can exhaust each channel and then you can start to get creative with it, okay? Awesome. The next thing is public outbound multiplies the results. So if you can do things publicly and not just keep it in the dark, private of like the DMs or email, you'll get way better results. So private is sent to only to the prospect, one-to-one. And even if it's to a big company, it's still one-to-one because it's one account. Like it's one business, okay? It's one-to-one. Public is posted publicly so the prospect's network sees it too. And this works excellent because you'll get inbound leads from it. I've done this more times than I can count and it works so well. So here's some examples. You've got this person saying, would love to work with me, this person, this person, this person, this person. The list just goes on. Amazing. Step 5, the follow-up suite. So every follow-up serves one of these 3 jobs. What phase are you in? So consumption. If they haven't consumed it, you need to make sure that they consume it. If they haven't responded, you need to make sure they respond. And if they haven't converted after the response, you're trying to book the meeting. So this is how we engineer it. So strategic sequencing. You time your follow-ups designed to ensure that they actually consume it. So let's say, for example, I send somebody a Superloom, okay? The only thing I'm trying to do is get them to open it. So I'll say in my email, this will be the best outreach you've ever seen in your life. Open this. If it isn't, I will jump off a cliff. Now, obviously, that's very crazy, but I'm clickbaiting them to opening that. I'm not talking about my case studies, a bunch of other crap. No one cares. Open my creative outbound. Public network effect. I post it publicly. I made the best outreach of all time for Cole Gordon. Cole Gordon, look at this. Boom. People go crazy. In-person nudges. I can send them a physical good to their office. Backup whales. This is another thing that I like to have, and this is when you have another whale in parallel and you can send them stuff too. Works super well. And then the other thing is most outreach dies in the follow-up, not the send. Most people refuse to do follow-up, and that's why they get no results. The core principle. Sending the asset is 50% of the work. Most of the work is actually getting in there, getting them to consume it. And once they consume it, you're loving it because you've done all what can I speak? You've done all the work already. You've already done all the research, why you should work together, why it makes sense. So it's a no-brainer offer for them. Awesome. So here you can see day 1, send the asset. Day 3, soft nudge. Day 5, cross-channel ping. They consume it. Yes. Day 7, they haven't responded. You hit them with some value. Day 10, you hit them with direct reference. They still don't respond, or maybe they do respond on day 11. Day 14, now you're trying to book a call. Do you see how we're focusing on different things throughout the funnel? It's not just like open. It has to be open, get a response, book a call. And you have to focus on the key thing, the key goal with your outreach, okay? Not the goals of outreach are different according to where they're at in the funnel. It's not all the same. So then step 6 is around guaranteeing a response. So in-person nudges work super well to get a response. So you can do this in conferences, industries, masterminds, you can go to the HQ, LinkedIn meetups, just get creative. Meet them where they're at, as simple as that. And this works because it's the opposite to what everybody else is doing. So a live handshake, going, what do they call this phrase? Like going, shaking hands and kissing babies. Like you're going in person, you're putting that extra mile and you're putting the effort in, and people love that. Awesome. And here it says, world respect effort. Physically being there is the ultimate proof of effort. There's nothing sexier than saying, hey, we drove all this way, or we even flew to come here because we know we can work together. We'd love to have a conversation. They're going to take the meeting. It's as simple as that. Awesome. So watch this next video to see how you can sign whale clients yourself and the tactics that we utilize in detail. I'll see you for that one. Bye now.